Hi guys, this is the second video that I've done on TV licensing. And as I've told you guys, I've never ever paid for a TV license. Don't need one. You don't need one. And I find it unbelievable that you will take £145 of your children's money and give it to this organisation. This organisation that's embroiled in paedophilia, embroiled in corruption, but you stomp this money up. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to ring them again and we're going to see just exactly what it is you think or you're too frightened to deal with. See what it is, what they're wanting to charge you for. Let's give them a call, yeah? Number is, guys, if you want to call them yourselves, it's 0300 790 6126.
Good afternoon. Thank you for calling TV licensing. Your call may be recorded to help audit and continuously improve our services. If you'd like to listen to a short summary of how TV licensing will use your data, please press 0 now. Did you know that you can complete most transactions online at tvlicensing.co.uk? To renew your existing license, press 1. To buy a new license, press 2. To change the address on your license, press 3. If you are aged over 74 and would like to apply for the over 75 license, press 4. Or for anything else, press 5. Okay, please select from one of the following 5 options. To change the bank details for your direct debit, press 1. For over 75 inquiries, press 2. To confirm that you have a valid license, press 3. To tell us that you don't need a license, press 4. Or for anything else, please press 5.
5.
Thanks. For payment inquiries, press 1.
Oh my lord.
Locate your nearest 8-point shop, press 2. Or for anything else,
I need a pen.
please press 3. Okay. Finally, if you have an inquiry about your TV license cash instalment arrangement, press 1. Or for all other inquiries,
Seriously?
please press 2. Thanks. One moment, please. I will transfer you to an advisor.
Good afternoon, TV licensing. You're speaking to Paul Ryan. Do you have a license or a reference number, please?
I don't have a reference number, Paul. Nor do I have a license. I'm here to inquire. Just what is it that that people need to pay for with a TV license? See, I'm reading, as it says, people need a license for TV shows as they are broadcast. Now that's quite a broad statement. What does that break down to?
Especially, say, for example, a television channel such as BBC One.
Yep.
If you were watching any programme as it was shown on BBC One,
Right.
well, not as in it's a live programme, but as it was being shown on the television,
Right.
you would need a TV licence to do this. That goes for all channels.
All channels, even ITV.
Even ITV, yes.
So you cover ITV as well.
It would cover all channels, like for example, like Sky One, any kind of cable channels, satellite channels, any foreign channels. You would require a TV licence to watch any programme as it was being broadcast live on that channel.
So what happens if the people don't view your shows as that, and then they catch them half an hour later and catch up?
You wouldn't require a licence to use catch-up services.
You wouldn't require a licence.
You wouldn't, no.
So I mean, I see this in the way of if I have cable and wireless in my house, I enter into a contract with them. They say, look, we're going to give you these services,
Right.
and you're going to pay for them. And now, I agree or I don't agree. Now, the situation with BBC is that I don't have any choice, do I? Because you're going to broadcast that into people's homes, whether they like it or not. So, if I was walking past my TV and your channels, or any of your channels were, the TV was on, am I breaking the law?
You would require a TV license if your television was receiving any kind of live broadcast as it was being shown, yeah.
So I need a TV license, then are you telling me to have a TV in my house?
You don't need a TV license to have a TV in your house. You
So
would
do
just
I-
require a TV license if you were using it to
If
watch
it's-
any kind of live broadcast.
But what if I'm not like? What if the TV's on, but I'm not watching live broadcasts?
What would it be on?
Well, I use my TV as a lamp, quite honestly.
Right, as long as your TV wasn't wired in to receive any kind of cable channels or any kind of channels, then that wouldn't be a problem.
So
If you're using it to play on a games console, you wouldn't require a license to do that because the TV wouldn't be receiving the television broadcast.
Well, I'm glad you said that, because in those nasty letters that you do send out, you claim that if people are using a DVD player, if they're using the phone, if they're using, that they're going to need a TV license.
It depends on the circumstances of how you were using that equipment. If you was using it, like I said, to receive any kind of television broadcast, then you would require a license. If you wasn't using it for that, you wouldn't fall into that category and therefore would not require a television license.
I mean, well, that's contradictory then, isn't it? Because if I'm watching catch-up TV on my TV, the TV's on.
But you'd be using a catch-up service, you wouldn't be watching a live broadcast, so therefore you wouldn't fall into the category of requiring a TV license.
So it's a live broadcast?
Basically what it means by live broadcast, it's watching a TV show as it is being shown on that channel.
Right, okay.
So say even if it's a pre-recorded program, if it starts at 7 o'clock and you were watching it on that channel at the time it started,
Well, okay then. See this then.
if you was watching that as it was being broadcast, that would count as a live broadcast.
Okay then. So, I do appreciate you speaking to me, and I'm not trying to be frivolous with you at all in this respect. But let's say, as my cat does, I sat on the sofa and maybe I'm watching Question Time on catch-up TV. Now sometimes my cat turns over the remote control. Am I liable for a licence?
Well, if your TV was plugged in, like, to receive...
Do you not find that ridiculous at all?
Sorry?
Does that not sound ridiculous to you at all? See, for me, in reality...
If you wasn't broadcasting live TV, you'd have no reason to have your aerial plugged in, so that wouldn't necessarily happen.
So do I have a choice in law then, if I don't want you to broadcast into my house?
We wouldn't have any control over the broadcasts themselves. So
I should be able to, though, shouldn't I? Because
your choice is to unplug your aerial, and then you wouldn't receive them signals onto your television.
Well, I mean, but what if I want to watch catch-up TV? I need my aerial then, don't I?
You wouldn't know, because that would be streamed.
Why? If I'm using Virgin Media and I'm paying them at £40 a month and I watch their catch-up services...
If you are in the contract with them receiving their television to your address, I think you would still need a license, as you have the capability to use that to watch.
So it's having the capability. So in that, under those guidelines, I've got the capabilities of stabbing somebody with a fork in my kitchen. Should I be arrested for possibly attempted murder?
That's a completely different...
It's not. It's about having the capability, isn't it? It's about see, what I'm trying to get to the nuts and bolts here is what I'm trying to say is that if you give me no choice, you're dictating to me. Now you're telling me...
It's yours. You don't have to watch television.
Well, I very, very rarely do. I mean, I can't stand watching paedophiles prance about on TV all day, if I'm honest. I mean, I find it abhorrent, to be honest. But I still would like the choice.
And you do have the choice, but if you choose to exercise that choice, you would require a TV licence.
But if I take that choice and I use my TV as I see fit, you're still telling me if I have cable and wireless plugged into my house, because the assumption is that I might use that service, you're telling me I still need to pay you.
If it's all wired up and plugged in, and you will be receiving them.
Right, okay. Well, anyway, we can go in off to example. I mean, I have never paid you a TV licence. I never will, if I'm honest. Because, again...
Entirely your choice whether you pay or don't pay that.
Yeah, I think that's entirely the choice of the British public. I think they're taking the food out of their children's mouths to give to you under the assumption that that they may watch TV. And then you go follow through those assumptions with...
If you're going to apply for that Virgin Media service, or you'd be applying it to watch the television.
Yeah, as when I see fit. I've got a TiVo box in my house, and I work as a chef. You know, I very, very rarely watch any TV, and I watch it on catch up if I do. So everybody must have that right to be able to do that, yeah. So everybody under those guidelines should be able to tell you to do one. I mean, you're taking money under false pretences off people. You know, people are finding it very difficult in Britain at the moment financially with austerity. And it seems like you guys are just... somebody like me can ring you up and, you know, discuss the law with you. But most people just assume that if they've got a TV, that they have to pay you. And that's not the law, is it?
Quite a lot of people ring us up and say that they don't need a television.
Yeah, that's because of
license, and that gets applied for them.
Because of people like me, yeah. But you're not forthcoming in telling people these facts.
If people ring us up and tell us they don't need a TV licence, that is set up for them.
Yeah, but then you send if people don't understand that they don't need that TV licensing law, you will send them nasty letters. You'll send them people.
The letters are just automatically generated and sent to vacant properties on our system. It's not that we're targeting people as such.
Oh, so you don't doorstep people with. Because, I mean, I used to have some great fun with them, if I'm honest, because I used to love them coming. They come like they're some CIA agent, flashing badges and trying to get details. But there's no consent. If I don't consent for that person to come to my house... In fact, they don't come to my house anymore because they're not legally allowed to. But you're not telling people this. But I'm not having a go at you, my friend. I'm just trying to work out what...
Law is on our website. If people want to look for that, they can find that and find that information out.
So you're comfortable enough with this organisation taking the money, but withholding the information. It's up to them. It's about consent, then. Yes, it's about whether they want to consent, and you're quite happy to take the money if they're ignorant enough to not consent.
People don't buy TV licences if they don't need a TV licence.
But you don't, yeah. But you don't need a TV licence to have a TV, and that's what you make out when you're doorstepping people. You come in, you go to the doorstep and say, do you have a TV in the house? I need to check to see if you've got a TV. When he's got no lawful right to come into that house. He's got no lawful right of entry. In fact, the people at the door don't have to speak to him. There's no lawful right for them to speak to them. But anyway, I've gone through my piece with you. It does seem to me as if the BBC are broadcasting their services into people's houses, you know, without giving them a choice whether they broadcast. See, if I go to Cable and Wireless, I can ask them for any channel I want. Or I can tell them I don't want channels and they won't charge me. Surely the people should be able to do that with the BBC. Surely the people should... See, me, I would rather you took your service out of my house completely. But you won't do that, will you?
I wouldn't know about anything to do with the way that the channels are broadcasted or anything. It's just my job to set up licences for people.
Yeah.
If it is anything to do with legislation or broadcasting laws, anything like that, all the information is on our website if you do require that.
Well, yeah, I mean, I do understand the legislation and I do understand the law and I do understand that you're quite happy to sit there taking money off hard-earned families without giving them this information. It's a disgrace, my friend. It really is a disgrace. But I've said my piece. I'm going to get off now and let you enjoy your day. You have a great day, yeah?
Okay, thanks.
And think about it, because, you know, children are going hungry in Britain next time. You should be making them aware of their rights. But I'll leave that with you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Oh, goodbye.
There you go, guys. I mean, come on. Wake up, Britain. Seriously? This is... Are you not going to fight for your own children's rights? You're just going to let them stumble into people like that and say, well, I know you don't need to pay, but if you're not wise enough, if you daren't stand up for your rights, get on with it and man up, Britain. Bye.